Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, just in, the famous or rather infamous Quran burner from Sweden, Salwan Momika, has been shot dead. So as his quote-unquote title already suggests, yes, Salwan Momika has been famous for burning the Quran, stomping on the Quran and desecrating in all kinds of ways, mocking Islam and having an outright anti-Islamic stance in public in Sweden. So this was his miserable claim to fame, and apparently now on his way to court, where he should have been judged for his actions, he actually got shot dead. So today guys, we're going to check out a couple of articles about this incident, but before we do so, as always, if you enjoy my content, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below to further support my work. And now, with no further ado, let's have a look. Okay, we're on Reuters.com and it writes, "Man shot dead in Sweden ahead of court verdict over Quran burning." Stockholm, the 30th of January, so today, an Iraqi refugee and anti-Islam campaigner was shot dead in Sweden late on Wednesday, just hours before he was due to receive a court verdict following a trial over burning the Quran. A court document showed on Thursday. Yeah, well, I guess justice has been served. Salwan Momika, 38, was shot in a house in the town of Södertälje near Stockholm. Public broadcaster SVT reported, citing unnamed police sources. Momika had burned copies of the Quran, the Muslim holy book, in public demonstrations in 2023 against Islam. A Stockholm court had been due to sentence Momika and another man on Thursday in a criminal trial over offenses of agitation against an ethnic or national group, but said the announcement of the verdict had been postponed. The other defendant in the same court case posted a message on X on Thursday saying, "I'm next." That is possible, yes. Police confirmed that a man was shot dead in Södertälje around 22:00, so 10 p.m. on Wednesday, but did not comment any further. We are following the development of events closely to see what impact this may have on Swedish security, a security service spokesperson told Reuters, adding that it was police matter and they were leading the investigation. Swedish media reported that Momika was streaming live on TikTok at the time he was shot. A video seen by Reuters showed police picking up the phone and ending a live stream that appeared to be from Momika's TikTok account. Sweden in 2023 raised its terrorism alert to the second highest level and warned of threats against Swedes at home and abroad after the Quran burnings. Many of them by Momika, outraged Muslims and triggered threats from jihadists. While the Swedish government condemned the wave of Quran burnings in 2023, it was initially regarded as a protected form of free speech. Sweden's migration agency in 2023 wanted to deport Momika for giving false information on his residency application, but couldn't as he risked torture and inhumane treatment in Iraq. Burning the Quran is seen by Muslims as a blasphemous act, because they consider it as the literal word of God. Now we are on X. The profile Daily Islamist posted a video. Let's check it out.
Hi. Hello? Hello? Can you speak English? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, the video cuts off there. We can't really see anything. However, I went to the profile of Salwan Momika, now the late Salwan Momika, with a beautiful background there. He posted the Swedish flag and the Israeli flag. Go figure. Anyways, he described himself as a thinker, critique, and burner of the Quran in Sweden. It is so pathetic, honestly, to make this your title. Wow, you burned a Quran. Congratulations. "I am Assyrian and my mother tongue is Aramaic. I am not an ex-Muslim. I born into a Catholic Christian family," he states. Which makes the whole thing even more ridiculous. Guys, listen, obviously I'm biting my tongue all the way through here on YouTube. I cannot say what I truly think on YouTube. It would be impossible. This video would be removed in a second and this channel taken down. There is no true free speech. And it's quite funny because this guy here allegedly was advocating for free speech. I wouldn't understand how it would be considered free speech if you burn a book. But well, that is up to the authorities to decide. But nevertheless, it is so extremely ridiculous. This guy wasn't even an ex-Muslim. He was simply born into a Catholic family and he was a refugee to Sweden. So why did he then start spreading corruption in the land? Why couldn't he just keep his mouth shut, practice his faith, Catholicism, and have a great day, have a great, fantastic life? But no, he went out of his way and became an Islamophobe and attacked the religion of almost 2 billion people. Honestly, why would you want that smoke? But looking at that flag over there in the background, I think I know the answer. Anyways, when we scroll down here, we see him again burning the Quran. That's his party trick, apparently. And he's spinning it around, and the cops were protecting him, of course, so he can execute his freedom of speech. So ridiculous. And here he posted his bank details in PayPal, saying, "To my dear friends, you can help me by donating to cover the cost of the lawyer who will provide me with asylum in America." Yeah, further moving him away. What is this, truly? So he was a refugee, a migrant to Sweden, and started, as I said, spreading corruption in the land, burning the Quran, burning the holy book of Islam. And then, when push comes to shove, please donate so I can flee again to America. This is so pathetic, man. Anyways, what is even more pathetic is when you scroll down, you see that all of his last posts were basically him posting his bank accounts. Absolutely ridiculous, man, and asking for money so he can leave Sweden. Here he posts a very original meme, and underneath, again, the bank details. Here another very creative slogan. Now I understand why he calls himself a thinker, of course. And underneath, the bank details again. Then he proceeds again to repost his spinning trick here with more bank details, so on and so forth. So you see that every post he was just asking for money. The people that donated must feel super stupid now because, well, he cannot really use that money now, can he? Yeah, anyways, his whole page here is just him burning the Quran, posting his bank details over and over again. It's really unbelievable, to be totally honest. Okay, now we're on some sort of Indian profile here. Mr. Yutuya. Okay, I'm gonna give up. No idea. Now, viewer discretion is advised, and I think I have to censor this for YouTube anyhow. But we have a picture here from him in the hospital, apparently. Okay, I cannot tell you how real this is or not. This is allegedly him. He seems still somewhat alive here with an infusion in the ER. And the Hindu channel that posted this says, "Religion of peace strikes again. Salwan Momika, known for critiques of Islamic ideology, executed in an armed attack in his Sweden home last night." Yeah, it's always so funny to see Hindu posts, man. Sure, this guy was just a critique of Islam. He was critiquing Islamic theology. That's all he did. It's not as if he was burning the Quran literally in Sweden. No, he was a critique, a thinker. Okay, and now we're on some sort of Christian page here. It's really hilarious, actually, just scrolling through X. I'm having a good time right now. By Basil the Great. Salwan Momika, the man who was shot dead in Sweden yesterday for warning the West about Islam, was previously contacted by Tommy Robinson. Tommy called for Salwan to be granted asylum in the UK. He probably would have been in more danger here, sadly. We'll never learn. Yeah, I would say you should learn. Just don't burn Qurans, dude, and you will be fine. Anyways, let's watch the video.
I am in Sweden. I've come to visit a certain gentleman, and his name is Salwan. Say hello, Salwan. Hey. Who is not afraid of death. That's his words. He is not afraid of death because he has a message for the Swedish people.
It's so ironic.
And the European people. I'll be bringing you the content and the story of what this gentleman is doing, the danger he faces, the failures of people to stand up for him at times, and what you can do and what we can do to support him in gaining his safety. Cheers.
Oh my god, this is so ridiculous, man. Yeah, let's protect his safety. Let him now, as a refugee to Sweden, leave Sweden and migrate him into the UK, where he can then proceed burning Qurans in public. And then, my safety, evil, evil Muslims, and then deport him again, and then potentially ship him to America or what not. What kind of logic is this? You are setting the fire and then you're complaining, oh my god, it's burning, it's burning. How does this make sense, man? But anyways, point of the story is he wasn't afraid of death, apparently, and so therefore he died for his cause. Alright, let's read some other posts here. As I said, I'm having fun. Joseph Mutzik from America seems very patriotic. However, he posts, anti-Islam extremist Salwan Momika, known for burning the Quran several times, was shot dead in Sweden. Now he can burn incredibly in the hellfire. YouTube, his words, not mine. I'm just reporting here. Okay, and just in 22 minutes ago, David Wood, of course, has to post, Dr. David Wood, that is, the primary reason atheist Iraqi refugee Salwan Momika is dead is not that he burned the Quran. Now they have to label him an atheist, even though he self-proclaimed on his profile that he was born to Catholic parents. Anyways, be that as it may, he proceeds, the primary reason he's dead is that Western politicians, journalists, police and educators constantly take the side of the people who wanted to murder him. Yeah, well, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. First and foremost, he was under police protection all the time, so obviously the politicians were siding with him. But moreover, even if you would assume that some journalists or certain media would have taken the side of the Muslims, so what? There is a guy burning the holy book of the Muslims. Obviously, this is an outrageous act, and people like David Wood would actually agree with me if the guy would burn the Torah instead, right? Or the Bhagavad Gita, or any other holy book. And then you would have media actually talking about the religious people of which the religious book got burned, and they would side with them. Duh, obviously, it would happen over and over again. But when it comes down to Islam and Muslims, no, show no sympathy with those people, right? Don't take their side, take the side of the guy burning their holy book. Yeah, that makes sense, David. Alright guys, and this is it for today's video. I'm going to cut it off here. It was actually very fun reporting on this, but nevertheless, as I said previously, I of course have to bite my tongue over here. I cannot say what I truly think about this, but I think you can read between the lines and you do understand where I'm coming from. It's quite amazing to see that those Islamophobes, enemies of Islam, call them what you will, always side with Israel ultimately. They kind of have to. And that of course makes you think if there is any agenda behind this. Is there some involvement of certain intelligentsia, you might ask, that I don't want to name yet again here on YouTube. It's quite interesting, of course, that those people that spread hatred about Islam and are ultimately agents provocateur, or however you pronounce that French word, you know what I mean. Those people are really placed. They are useful idiots ultimately, and they are here to divide. This is truly what it comes down to, because ultimately what it leads to is the Christians and the Muslims infighting in those Western countries. And in Germany we have a saying, it goes a little something like this: Wenn sich zwei streiten, freut sich der Dritte. Which means when two are arguing, there is a third party benefiting of that argument. And yet again, I'll let you decide who that party may be. Alright guys, and this is it for today's video. If you liked it, leave the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below to further support my work. And as always, may God bless you all. Much love and peace.
يا نفس إن لم تظفري لا تجزعي